Live now.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I can see it, that it's live streaming.
It is live streaming and we are live. Margreeth. So nice to see you.
Same to you. Good to see you. So at the end of this year, Paola.
Yes, end of the year on a full moon day.
Yes.
So very exciting, very exciting. This is the end of a, quite a demanding year, as we have, said several times also in our content, in our post contents. So yes, it's been challenging, demanding, interesting,
chaotic,
absolutely. Absolutely. And, this is a time, and it's interesting because, normally the end of the year is a time when you take some time to reflect on what has been, the lessons learned, what worked, what didn't work. And you also set intentions for the new year. I don't like to call them the New Year resolutions because resolutions stay there in a drawer and you forget about it. But when there is intention, it means that, you intend to do something, take action to accomplish what you desire. So it's a time to reflect and a time for setting intentions. And it's interesting that at this time of the year, we have a full moon. That is usually, a very favorable moment to let go of what you don't need anymore. And, you make space for what you desire. So the energy of this full moon is certainly supporting this, reflection activity that we are going to undertake.
Definitely.
Yes, at the turn of the year.
Yes.
Okay.
It would have been wonderful to gather together in a group of like-minded people. But we will do so at the beginning of the new year, right?
Absolutely, yes. We love to organize these retreats. Retreats are beautiful when you can meet in person and get away for a few days. But we have experimented with online retreats, a 2-day retreat, a 1-day retreat, and they are working very well. We have seen the benefits of this.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes. So many people expressed that they had a sense of being lost and that a scattered mind, and having a day of contemplation and a day of focus your attention on on what's going on inside and outside, and find the way to a mindset that is supporting. That's wonderful to do, right?
Absolutely. And it's wonderful to be able to share the chaos in your mind, the worries in your heart.
The chaos in your mind.
The chaos in your mind.
No, yeah, okay.
All these activities that happen here. And the worries in your heart. I mean, I'm making reference to the year we have just lived, and it's about to end. Very happy. I'm so happy to live this energy where it belongs to in 2020. But I was saying it's beautiful to be able to share everything that is going on inside you with other like-minded people, as you said. First of all, because you don't feel alone.
Yeah.
You realize that
Yeah.
there are other people um, feeling the same,
Yeah.
sharing the same thoughts, the same concerns, the same worries. And you are able to voice all these with
Yeah.
other people who
Yeah.
are holding space for you.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's this kind of retreats are very important, and it's time that you take for yourself. It's a self-care time.
Yes, it's wonderful, right? It's a multi-layered moment, um, a gift for yourself. It it's you notice universal laws that where you are, others are as well. So that gives space,
Yeah,
right? And being able to share and opening up uh, is also a beautiful way to connect deeper with your own truth. And that's that's something amazing, because when do we have time, space, or when is it allowed to speak your own truth, not being valued about it, not being judged about it, but just being able to express it. um, and there is a group of people who can receive it and um, um, take wisdom out of it. And
yeah,
by expressing it yourself, you take wisdom out of your own words, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
So because it's never expressed before, so it's new, and it points towards things. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not only in this fast-paced world, we rarely take the time to be with ourselves, with our thoughts, and express them. So we either disregard them or we don't disregard them, but it's just a question of a moment. And instead, when you take the time to be with you, to be with other people like you, and to give voice to everything that is inside you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had this podcast on barriers, internal and external barriers, uh, that prevent you from connecting with yourself. And one of the inner barriers is self-judgment.
yeah,
Another one is, a sense of being lost. And so there are a couple of them, internal barriers, and external. It's time, work, putting other needs of others before your own needs, and all the familiar things we share, but we never talk about. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, I would also like to address a concern about online retreats, online events, because when you meet in person, the people are there and you know that there is a safe space and everything that you share stays there. And, there is a little bit of concern with the online um, technology that keeps you separate, but we didn't experience this, did we? We noticed there was the same kind of connection, participation, relationships that are created. And it and apart from that, there is a benefit. We are used to this idea that a retreat is, held in a place that is far away from where you live, and you escape from your everyday routine. And so being away, you leave everything, behind you. However, when you then go back, you are again immersed in your everyday routine. And you sometimes, it takes a while for you to adjust to your normal routine after being away from everything else. And in running these retreats online, also we have learned the beauty and the importance of creating this private space for you at home.
Oh, yeah.
And be able to, integrate it with your everyday life, because
Yeah.
during the breaks that we have for lunch or half day, etc., you are again with your family, or the other people you live with, and then you go back to your private space. So it's a way for us to be able to create this space, but also to teach the other members of the family that everyone is entitled to have his or her own private space at home.
Yes, yes. That's a beautiful part, that intimacy with self, that it's able, that you can experience that at home. But one of my mentees, she had a couple of days in a row on an online retreat at her house. So reflecting on that, she said, you know what happened? The awareness I had with connecting with myself became also awareness with preparing food and with connecting with my partner. And so it was an integration of that, um, what you practice during this online retreat day, right,
Yeah.
into your daily life, an embodied experience. And it made her so happy, and it made him happy as well, by the way.
Yeah, and it's true, and it's important to be able to recreate this space, especially now with all this lockdown we have experienced, where for people with families and young kids, all living in the same house, the boundaries, they disappeared.
Yeah.
So learning instead to recreate this space, and also to teach others that you need this space for a few hours, um, is
Yeah, but
is important.
also, what do you think, Paola? What do you think about if you are able to practice and understand that you can have control of your focus by intentionally put your awareness towards the things you want to focus on? It makes it more easy, I think, when you have to teach your children and you focus, okay, only on the teaching of the children. When you have to prepare dinner, to focus there. What do you think? Would that be beneficial for your well-being? Or
Absolutely, it is extremely beneficial. Um, we are living in a society now where multitasking is the norm, and this has not benefited us at all. um, as you are not focused, your focus shifts continuously, and it takes you, when your focus shifts to another thing, and then you have to go back to what you were doing, it takes time and effort and concentration to refocus on the first thing that you have
yeah,
left for some time. So as you were saying, being able to have moments, times during the day to focus on one thing, on one member of the family, on one activity that you have to do, I think it's extremely beneficial. It calms you down, reduces stress, and you are present. You enjoy everything that you are doing. You enjoy your kids, your partner, uh, your cat. Yeah, I think it is beneficial. I mean, it's not only the question that you are not multitasking, but you know, your energy is better preserved because you don't have to spend it to refocus on something else, and then you appreciate the moment that you are living. So
Yes, and you can hear your own inner voice better, your intuition, right? You can listen and connect better to
ab-
that
ab-
part as well.
absolutely. I mean, you notice that, you know, I mean, at least as far as I'm concerned, I can hear my intuition very well when I'm in the shower, when I'm in the car, when I'm cooking, those moments where when I am focused on something, and my intuition is, you know, it's not that it's more active because it is active all the time, but I pay attention, and
Yeah.
so I can hear well.
Yeah. So, and then tonight you will dance with the full moon, or what?
I,
Do you have a ritual for tonight?
oh well, I have already completed my ritual because I tend to do it, you know, at a time that is very close to the moment the full moon rises in the sky, which was 4:28 in the morning, so a little bit early for me. So I did it first thing in the morning. Yes, yes. What I do, the ritual that I normally do on the full moon is I take time really to reflect to what, you know, I don't want to bring with me, or something that anyway I'm ready to release for different reasons. I don't need it, it doesn't serve me, it's toxic, it, you know, doesn't reflect me or whatever. I write all these things on a piece of paper. I thank them. I thank them before I burn them. I thank them for the lessons, for the messages, for the clarity, for the awareness, for everything that they have offered me. And then I burn them. See, I still have the bowl with the ashes here. I burn them, and then I put the ashes in my garden, and I give them back to Mother Earth, and I ask the Earth to turn them into positive energy and nourishment for the natural nature and the animals and everything that lives on our planet. and and then I reflect on what I want, you know. And normally I do this every full moon, and this one is special because, as I said, it happens at the end of the year, on the transition from one year to the other. And so I think it's very special and very powerful, and it's worth doing this little ritual. Doesn't
Yeah.
take much, and it's again another moment that you spend with yourself, in connection with yourself. And today somebody asked me, why are rituals important? And I said, depends on that. We have different rituals. Certain rituals are needed to organize our personal life or our social life. And I gave as an example, you know, the ritual that we give our children when they have to go to bed. Okay, so to prepare for the night. And this marks a transition. It's, you know, we confirm, we acknowledge that the playtime is over, and now it's time for our body to rest. Okay, I have an evening ritual every evening, so that my body, this also is a message for my body that knows that, I'm preparing for rest. But it's also, as I said, it organizes my life, because this is also for me, it's a sign representing the end of the day. Okay. And in any case, all rituals are an acknowledgement of something. And we, in a way, confirm this message to our subconscious. The ritual for the full moon, the releasing ritual. I'm telling my subconscious, you don't have to keep this stuff any longer because I'm releasing it. And it marks a transition from what it was before to what it will be.
Yes,
So,
I agree completely. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is,
Rituals are important. Yeah.
yes. So, yeah, so I did my ritual. Are you going to do yours?
Yeah, well, mine is slightly different.
Okay, tell us.
Well, rituals are also multi-layered, right?
Absolutely.
So what I do, and it's not only for me, but it's for the whole of the planet. What I do is when I breathe in, I imagine that I take in the suffering of the world, of all living beings, and it goes into my heart, and my heart will transform it. And with the out breath, I release it into the universe as um, less suffering, as so from suffering to not suffering. What's the opposite of suffering?
Uh, well,
Relief, to relieve.
yeah, relief, but I would say also compassion.
Yes, it's the deed itself is compassion. The ritual is named Tonglen and comes from Tibetan Buddhism.
Yeah.
And it also gives me a sense of, so it's the suffering of the world, my own suffering, and the release of it. But it also gives me a sense of that I'm doing something to help, to reach out. I can't help every single person or every single animal, right? But in this way, um, and it's not the burden on my shoulder, but I just help to release the energy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we can tell our listeners you have two rituals, two amazing rituals that you can try out tonight. And by the way, the full moon will be visible for another couple of days. So you still have time to complete your ritual. And we just also want to let you know that we will be holding our next retreat on January the 16th, correct? It's a Saturday. It will be a 1 day retreat. And
Online.
so we invite, pardon me?
Online.
Online, of
Online.
course, a one-day online retreat. So we invite you to join us, and we will be posting the link here on the Bridge Facebook page, on Instagram, of course, on the website, and also on our personal profiles. So we take this opportunity to wish you a wonderful 2021, easier, smoother, um, more with full of opportunities, and opportunities, professional, but also opportunities to connect and reconnect with yourself, but also with your dear ones and your friends. We've been separated for too long. We need
Yes.
to
Yes.
hug each other. Yes,
Yes.
yes. We give each
Some
other,
skin.
yeah, we give each other virtual hugs, but we need the physical one. So
Yeah.
we wish you all the best.
Yes. And bring the good with you.
Exactly. So happy new year. And we'll see you in 2021.
See you soon.